Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining CleanR Grupa Investor webinar. We will start with company's presentation and continue with a live Q&A session. To join the discussion, please submit your questions through the Q&A window below the presentation. This session is being recorded and will be available for rewatch shortly after the call. Let me now introduce you to our hosts, Juris Gulbis, Chairman of the Management Board, and Jutta Jakobsson, CFO of CleanR Grupa. Let me now hand over to the presenters.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to CleanR Grupa webinar for results of 2023. And we will start with some highlights of our results, which were quite good for 2023. We had a turnover of 102 million and 49% growth, EBITDA close to 20 million or 76% growth comparing to 2022. And we have done quite a lot of investments, both in fixed assets and in M&A deals. It's about around 10 million euros. During that substantial growth period, we have also maintained a strong financial position, and our equity is 51%. During that year, we were entering into the new markets in all of our business segments, both in waste management and in environmental services. We have launched state-of-the-art plastic recycling plant in Čekava, and also there's been a lot of focus on ESG and circular economy, and we were first in our industry to launch ESG report. Shortly about our group composition, it consists of two main business lines: waste management and environmental services. The three companies on the left side are in the waste management, and on the right side are in environmental services. This group has been established during 2021 and 2022 by spinning off companies from the main company CleanR and growing through acquisitions in various business lines. So the consolidation for 2023 consists of 23 legal entities, and it's slightly more complicated than we show it here on this summary slide. So starting from CleanR, it's a main group company which is providing full waste management cycle, collecting, sorting, and recycling. The company goes back and to 1944 and celebrates its 80th birthday this year. So it's really important company in this business area. CleanR Versa specializes in commercial and industrial waste. It's the fastest growing company in our portfolio. It also operates a large waste sorting and processing center, Nomalis, which was opened in 2020, and we have done lots of investments there in 2022 and 2023. Vidas Resource Centers is a waste sorting facility located in Getlini. It processes all the waste that is brought from Riga and Riga region. About 280,000 tons a year of waste is sorted in this facility. Then we go now over to our environmental services. So there we have a company, Visi, which is indoor cleaning and a maintenance company. It's one of the biggest in the market and provides innovative cleaning solutions as well as digital solutions for control of quality. And major customers have Rimi, LMT, Riga East Clinical Hospital. Visi Urban is urban road cleaning and maintenance and territory maintenance company, which works mainly for municipalities. So we have customers across whole Latvia, Jūrmala, Rēzekne, Tukums, Liepāja, Sigulda, Bauska, Cēsis, and we also started to work on Riga maintenance, Riga city maintenance works. And last but not least is Zaļā josta, which operates producer responsibility system. Basically, it collects fees from companies so that they receive a discount for natural resource tax, and it organizes system for collecting and processing packaging so that the waste is collected and processed and not deposited. So that's our group composition in short. So in 2022, we have launched 15 million euros of bonds, which are quoted on Nasdaq Baltics. That's the reason why we are having this webinar now. We are 100% Latvian company, and we serve over 500,000 inhabitants in Latvia, and we employ 1,600 employees. We also have worked a lot on ESG. We are a member in most of initiatives which are in Latvia ESG related. Safe Workplace, Mission Zero, diversity and inclusion in working place, safe company, car fleet, and we have also Platinum Award at the Sustainability Index. So this is a short outline of the group. Now we will go and talk a little bit about industry trends which affect our operation. We have to start with regional waste management centers, which is a program that marks regional development for the next 7 years. Basically, it consolidates the existing waste management regions from 10 into 5 and makes bigger regions and consolidate the waste management and makes the whole operation more streamlined. Also, producer responsibility system is going to be extended. We have to introduce the system for textile in July, which creates a little bit of public opinion, but we see it as a opportunity for growth of our business, and also there's a producer responsibility system extended for plastic packaging to arrange for processed and not processed packaging, which will somehow complicate the logistics for plastic packaging collection. Another big theme is waste to energy. Obviously, we all know that we have a 10% of landfill waste target which to achieve by 2035. All the existing forecasts represent the fact that Latvia will struggle with achieving this target without waste regeneration facilities. So this also has been in public view for some time, and we hope that this issue will move forward. Bio-waste collection is also mandatory from January. It shows us additional business opportunities, so we're welcoming it as a positive development. Also, there is a change in industry government's principles from the government side. The new ministry has been created, Ministry of Climate and Energy, and some of the functions are transferred there. We hope that there'll be no any organizational hiccups during that process. ESG is impacting a lot of issues. Basically, we have invested a lot of resource into greening of our fleet. We acquired 20 electric vehicles for our support staff, and we also own 18 CNG vehicles, and this requirement for greening of the fleet obviously will be developing, and we see it as a positive development. There's also changes in Riga road and territory maintenance situation. Insolvency of Ceļu pārvalde have opened opportunities for us to participate in Riga territory maintenance and cleaning. Also, there's been a liberalization of regional markets. For example, Bauska shifted from in-house to outsource service both in waste management and in territory cleaning and maintenance, and we hope that this trend will continue with the development of these waste management centers further. And also, the EU Green Deal faces more requirements for road maintenance. And for example, we have introduced electrical road vacuum cleaners in Riga, and it's also requirement for the new tender for Riga maintenance to have 100% electrical cleaners for pavements in Riga. So this is shortly on industry trends. What we have done in 2023 is basically in waste management. We have continued organic growth. We have extended our municipal waste business in Ropaži and for some regions in Latgale, which is a good result from this administrative territorial reform and also from the reform of these waste management regions. We have also invested a lot in underground waste containers, which is a welcome development by our customers, and it makes life easier for people living in apartment blocks. We have also been preparing for producer responsibility expansion into textile. More than 200 textile waste containers we have placed around the city, and also we have worked on M&A side. We have acquired majority stake in Zaļā josta, which is producer responsibility system, and also construction waste management company and RSC Noma. And in the industrial waste, we have launched a new sorting facility in Normales, which will increase our capacity almost twice. And obviously, I have to mention our state-of-the-art plastic recycling plant in Čekava, which also has been opened in March of 2023. And in environmental services, we have done an M&A deal, acquired Comauto in Cēsis and Cēsis region, so that's how we expanded our footprint in these services. Organically, we have grown and entered Bauska, Sigulda, and Riga. And also we have started cleaning beach area in the length of 30 kilometers. For indoor cleaning services, we have entered the Riga East Clinical University Hospital, which is the biggest hospital in Latvia and our biggest client so far, and also working on digitalization. There's a mobile quality control app which has been welcomed by our customers, where they can give a online response if there is any quality issue in the territory. Obviously, covenant compliance is important issue. I'm not reading out that list. As you can see, we are ticking off green all of the covenants. Important ones are the first three: interest coverage, equity ratio, and debt leverage ratio. We are also fully compliant with these, so you can read them on your own if you are interested later. So what we are expecting in future, where we are looking for in waste management business, will be growing organically, and we see that the new tenders in Liepāja and Jūrmala, which we won, have shown a better pricing position for us. So it will generate growth in 2024. We are also looking for M&A deals outside of Latvia to expand our footprint and become a Pan-Baltic company. And in other environmental services, we are also looking for M&A opportunities. And we are also looking for development of our recycling business into new areas. What are challenges and opportunities on external side is obviously energy market. That's uncertain in terms of electricity, but also in terms of oil and fuel. There are lots of geopolitical risks which can impact our profitability on this side. Overall macroeconomic situation in the EU is also challenging, but as we all expect, interest rate cuts and some recovery, hopefully we will pass this period without major disturbances. ESG pressure is making a positive impact on us. It helps us to develop better working practices and to improve our fleet. And also increased waste sorting requirements is something that gives us new opportunities for waste sorting, processing, and selling of secondary products. And obviously, increase in minimum wage is something that we are very sensitive to due to a large number of employees in this range, but also where there is a talk about tax reform, which also there are 15 different scenarios, which obviously we don't know which one will be implemented and how it will be reflecting on our position in terms of remuneration options for employees. ESG, this is my favorite slide. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have avoided emissions for 42,000 tons of CO2 and generated 25,000. So we are not only carbon neutral, we are carbon negative, let's say. So we are avoiding more emissions than we are creating through our business and our supply chain. And in 2023, we have made the first sustainability report, which is first into the industry. As you can see, we have calculated our CO2 footprint, and it's quite a good result. We have increased our green car fleet, and we also done climate risk assessment, and there is climate governance plan in place. And also starting in 2024, we have launched a circular economy index, which is a tool for for sustainability management for municipalities, which we will be presenting a little bit later. And also we are investing a lot in environmental education through Zaļā josta, which sets up a lot of educational programs for children and throughout Latvia. And also last week we have opened in Riga Center object called Šūna, which will be used for environmental education for the next two months as a pop-up object for our 80th anniversary of CleanR. Corporate governance. There's also been a lot of work on we have created the policies which are important for the management of the company to control both procurement, personnel, risk management, and conflict of interest. So this has been a work in progress and continues. Group management board has been expanded. I've joined in March this year, so as to the extended management board, and group council is also expanded, and there's an independent member on a supervisory council as well. And it's been mentioned, corporate governance statement has been released, and we have created whistleblowing system so in terms of corporate governance, I think that we've been doing quite a lot and moving forward. And in 2024, we have launched a share options scheme for our top-level employees, so that to increase the long-term motivation for our top management team. Okay, here I will finish with the general discussion and turn over to the numbers to Jutta.
Okay, dear webinar participants and business partners, my name is Jutta Jakobsone and I am the financial director of company CleanR Group. I have worked in this company not for a long time, but I have had the opportunity to see its dynamic activity and focusing on financial performance. My colleague Juris Gulbis already talked a lot about our overall performance last year, but since the financial results are really impressive, we would like to dwell on them in more detail. First of all, sales result. The sales of revenue has been recognized in accordance with the 15th of International Financial Reporting Standard, revenue from contract with customers. And it seems that this item doesn't include revenue that is not related to our core business. 2023 was a record year in terms of revenue. Last year, we reached 102 million euros in revenue, which is 49% more than in 2022, when it was 68 million euros. The revenue achievement of 22 and its 27% increase compared to 21 seemed to be a good indicator. So 23 showed that we can do even better. The largest share of revenue is generated by waste management services, which increased by 10.8 million euros in 2023 and reached 49.7 million euros, while in 2022 it was 38.9 million euros. As the numbers show, in 2023 it's almost half, 49% of the total revenue, and it's still the most important part of our business. Increase being mainly caused by the increase in the waste disposal tariff set by the government and the subsequent indexation of tariffs for the clients of the group companies. Also in 2023, the group companies took active participation in municipality and other company tenders on provision of household waste management service, which in general had an impact on the increase in revenue. Another important part of revenue with an increasing trend is revenue from cleaning services. Thus, in 2023, these revenues have increased by 32% compared to the previous year and reached 17.88 million euros. Fluctuation in the section of other revenue in 93 are related to the activities of company Zaļā josta last year, and it's about 14 million euros. Income from sorting and sales of waste has been without significant changes for the last 2 years and was near to 9 million euros. One of the most important indicators of our growth is EBITDA. Growth companies have also demonstrated a significant increase in profits last year. EBITDA in 2023 reached 90.6 million euros, which is 76% or 8.5 million euros more than in 2022. The EBITDA margin in 2023 was 19%, which is 3 percentage points more than in 2022. Activities that allowed not only to maintain the EBITDA margin, but also to improve it, were improving the efficiency of production equipment and processes, improving recycling technologies and processes, as well as tariff indexation. The assets of the group of company have also increased. The increase was 14%. At the same time, equity has increased by 21% and reached 46.5 million euros. Equity ratio was 51% compared to 48% in 2022. The increase in assets occurred mainly due to 2 reasons: investments and increase in receivables. An increase in customer liabilities with proper credit risk management can be seen as a positive factor and indicates the expansion of the company's operations. Borrowings from the credit institutions have actually remained almost at the level of 2022 and reached a total of 21.8 million euros, while indicator debt EBITDA has a tendency to improve, taking into account the significant increase in EBITDA. And this indicator in 2023 was 1.1, while in 2022 it was 1.9. Basically, liabilities from credit institutions consist of issued bonds and leases. Working capital is positive, with tendency to grow until as the short-term liquid assets available after short-term liabilities have been paid off. In 2023, it was 23 million, and compared to 2022, it has increased by 18%. The working capital ratio, which is close to 2, shows that the company manages its assets well, and we are ready for further growth. The amount of investment has been constant and moderate for the last 2 years, as the company carefully evaluates the return on investments. Yes.
Okay, I think that will be it for our presentation. Then we will turn over for the questions, right?
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. We have received a couple of questions and we'll go through them one by one. A reminder to the participants to join the discussion and ask your question to the company. Please use the Q&A window. The first question that we have received: what main trends from the circular economy the group will follow in long term to gain value for shareholders in future?
Well, I think that you have to be careful with touting yourself the circular economy credentials so that you don't get accused of greenwashing. But there are simple things that we can do. First of all, to improve our internal processes and recycle more of the waste that we are collecting and putting it back into the use. For the process, we also work on our supply chain, so that since we now can measure our carbon footprint not only from our own business but from our our supply chain as well. So we are closely monitoring that, including the green vehicles for CNG and electric vehicles. And also we are working on digital technologies so that we improve our internal processes, we are being more effective. We reduce our waste and unnecessary driving around the city and also data analytics. We are actually CleanR is one of the best digital infrastructure in our industry. For example, when we go to Liepāja and Jūrmala now for the new tenders, almost 90% of the contracts are concluded online. So basically, we have pretty advanced digital infrastructure now in place. So all these different actions lead to reduce our carbon footprint and generate more value for shareholders, I guess.
Thank you. How will the recently introduced employee stock option program benefit the company? Do you foresee also some negative side effects, such as broader shareholder base to work with?
Well, no, I don't see any negative effects at the moment since options haven't been converted to shares yet. But I see a lot of positive feedback from our management team and feeling better long-term motivation and being part of the company for the longer run. So I see it as a purely positive development, and I think we will continue that further.
Thank you. Given that municipalities are switching to external service providers, what potential does Visi Urban has to win over new municipalities?
So I cannot say that there's a trend of switching to external service providers across the board. So there are several municipalities which have been using external providers for some time, like Riga and Rezekne, for example. But there are others who don't think about opening the market at the moment and doing all this maintenance internally. But obviously, Visi Urban is very well positioned to win into these contracts, because first of all, you need to have specific qualifications for participating in these tenders, such as special works which you can do and equipment which obviously it needs a lot of investment, because you have to maintain that equipment, you have to buy new green equipment for the new tenders. So that requires some financial muscle, which obviously we have. And Visi Urban has 20 years of experience being part of CleanR. Before the reorganization, we work in the biggest city of Latvia and Riga, and we can use these qualifications in other places. And obviously we have full capacity to process all the municipal work, starting from winter cleaning and finishing with gardening services.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for an extensive answer. And currently the last question that we have received: what is CleanR market advantage over the competitors?
Well, first of all, it's experience. As I mentioned before, CleanR goes back 80 years of experience in Latvia, and the second is our digital infrastructure, which helps us to cut costs and improve our internal processes. We have a cleanest fleet in the industry, with 18 CNG cars and 20 electric cars. and we provide full cycle of waste management, starting from collection, sorting, and recycling. So I think we are very well positioned in the market against our competitors.
Thank you. One more question. How have the dynamics changed with recent management changes? What changes are introduced and what or the management continues doing?
Well, first of all, the group has been set up in its present incarnation at the end of 22, and 23 was the first year of operation in this setup. So the teams have changed at the holding company somehow, and at the subsidiaries as well. I think CleanR and CleanR Group has been very dynamic company before these recent changes, and I think that the management changes have brought in better focus and more of corporate governance focus. We have grown big. It's now 100 million euro turnover company, so we have to have structures in place, procedures, all the boring stuff. So that also comes with the size. But obviously we are very agile and fast-moving company, and we plan to continue the growth and grow further.
Thank you. On this positive note, we're ready to wrap the webinar up. All questions have been addressed. The recording of the webinar will soon be available online. Therefore, please follow CleanR Group announcements to stay up to date with company's news. Participants, thank you for joining the call today.
Thank you. Bye.